As we promised, we'll be back to do another session with you today because we've been off for a while. We came back last week and now we're staying on for quite a while again. So how are you? Welcome to the home of Elysium. Elysium, Sophia, the home of well-being, the home of mindfulness, the home of hypnosis, and where we help you to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. Now that's either through Muay Thai training, whether that's by meeting your inner self, developing your inner self, improving your mind and your body at the same time. And as I just said, rejuvenation therapy, all sorts here. And of course we have now started a long time ago to do a chat show where we bring you into our home so you can chat about whatever you want. You can wear a little blue jacket with my wonderful daughter who will give you a little blue jacket, not literally, I suppose, and she will help you to drop your link, because we don't care, drop your link and see your channel grow with us, because here at Elysium, we want you to grow with us. And if you're joining us from wherever today, if you're joining us from here, first of all, in the UK, you might be personal friends of Soph's, you might be friends of us from here in the UK, you might be from Europe, the final countdown. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We say buongiorno, come sta? We say bonjour. How are you? We say how are you to all our Scandinavian friends. You might be from the Lagatha country. You might be from Sweden, Denmark, or anywhere from Scandinavia. You might be a part of the Bjorn setup, and obviously the Ragnar setup, because we love you Scandinavians, and we've got a lot of Scandinavian friends that come to see us and chat to us and drop the links with us. You might be joining us, of course, from the Philippines, because we have so many people from the Philippines who give us their tamsack and they come and join us, and you're so welcome. You might be joining us from the good old US of A, because we have another channel that goes out directly to the US, which is going down really well at the moment, where we help them and you to be the best versions of you and them that you can possibly be. We also look on the Gothic dark side. We also do seances, and we do help for you to have your own spirit guide, because I work with you, your inner self, to find your inner calm, your true Gothic self, to be the best version, the most relaxed, the most confident version of you that you can possibly be. I help you to unwind. I help you to connect with your orbs, your spiritual side, and messages that come from the universe and from other worlds. They come through me, and I channel them to you, and they're with you, and they're with us in the room today. So if you're from the United States of America, then we say hi, how are you today? And of course, if you're from the Middle East, from Tehran, from Qatar, from anywhere in the Middle East, the Middle East, the top, middle or bottom Middle East, if you're from anywhere over there, especially from Qatar and Saudi Arabia or Bahrain, we say hi to you. And of course, when people start to arrive today, my beautiful daughter will welcome you. She's got a finger up in the air at the moment, want you to say hi, because I think somebody's just joined us. And if you don't want to say hi, that's fine. We'd love you to say hi. But most of our people tend to come and say hi, but a lot of people just stay in the wings. But so we've got somebody here now, you say.
We've got Jack who says, hey, I can't stay... Unfortunately, I'm at my granddad's in Somerset with terrible connection, and I'm trying to write a short children's book about a small boy. And then he said, I'm going to have to go. Great.
Oh, no problems, mate. You have a great time. We're off for a bonfire soon anyway, so we thought we'd just come on and say hello to all our friends today. So have a great bonfire night and enjoy yourself.
So we've also got Sandy T, who says,
Sandy again.
Hello,
oh, Sandy, baby. Can't you see I'm in misery? It's been nice to see you, Sandy. Is that Sandy?
That is Sandy, yeah.
That's Sandy,
That's not Shandy, that's Sandy.
That's Sandy,
yeah, the actual...
From the Philippines, yeah? You joined us last time, didn't you? How are you today? And you're from
hello,
the Philippines,
Sandy.
Yeah?
How are you doing today?
Are you okay? What time is it in the Philippines, by the way, now? You should be going to Bevice now. We're just off to a bonfire soon, but you guys will be off to bed. I don't know. What time is it in the Philippines now at the moment? Let us know. Let us know what time it is with you in the Philippines. We just come back from our match, which was amazing today. Pretty cold out there, boy. Pretty cold. But we've been there, we've come back, and now we're chilling and just having a little session with you today. Before we go on to our wonderful bonfire night, we're finding some bonfires tonight because, of course, here in the UK, all over the world, I suppose, rocking all over the world, and I like it, 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 oh, here we go, rocking all over the world. Rocking all over the world. Not literally rocking tonight. Rockets, Rocket Man. That guy from there, he's sending Rocket Man, he's sending them over to Japan now, isn't he, the bad lad? Anyway, sorry, go on.
So, Sandy's not in the Philippines. Sandy is in Texas.
Texas!
She said, I'm good, thanks. How are you? It's 11:15 a.m. Texas,
Texas,
USA.
Hello you all. How are you all doing? You okay in Texas? I thought you were from the Philippines. Sorry about that. I really thought you were from the Philippines, but it's nice for all our friends. Especially, we've got a lot of friends in the US of A. As we said, a lot of our stuff's going out there.
Yeah.
We've got some great friends over there, and we've got different projects going on in the US. So anybody that's joining us from the US, you're so welcome today. We spent so much time about a year ago doing chat shows where we started. We met our wonderful friends near Texas. Did you say Texas? That's near where our friends are from,
yeah,
isn't
they
it?
said Texas, USA. So.
Oh, right, because obviously they're from near Texas, aren't they?
Yep.
What's exactly which part is it? They're just past. They were in Nevada last time, weren't they?
Yeah,
Actually,
I think so.
yeah, but they moved on somewhere else. But anyway, very close to where you were, Sandy. Stranded. I just want to sing. Stranded the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say? Monday at school. Hey, wonderful. But anyway, I was just saying, guys, that today in the USA, and this is probably the same as it is in the UK, it's raining. Not on mate, but it's bonfire night. Bonfire night. So
Right. So Sandy said I'm mod in Philippines channel with Sandy. So basically that, like, she was on a Philippines chat with Sandy. That's why.
okay,
like,
so but
you
she's
thought
from
she-
Texas.
Yeah, but that's why you thought she was Filipino.
I see. All right, it's fine. It's fine. No worries, it's fine. It's right. You're welcome. Mikasa Sukasa today. We're talking today about bonfire night because the last time we came on it was Halloween. I think the pumpkins are still around and Dracul is still here from our last session. But tonight is bonfire night, the 5th of November. Quite a historic event took place in 1605 here in the UK, which was the attempt on the Protestant King James' life by the Catholics, led by, well, wasn't actually led by Guy Fawkes, but Guy Fawkes was in charge of the gunpowder. Yeah, he didn't do much else, I don't think, but the bad lad he gets burned every year now for being a bad lad, for being Guy Fawkes, because we can't remember, nobody can actually remember the other conspirators. But Guy Fawkes is the one that gets burnt every year. Everybody talks about Guy Fawkes, and we call it, Guy Fawkes night, bonfire night. Guy Fawkes was one of the people who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament in 1605, and of course, since then, we have bonfire night, where we go out and burn an effigy. Don't burn your effigy, guys. Burn an effigy of Guy Fawkes on a bonfire, and it's been known since then as bonfire now, because after the attempt on the Protestant king's life by the Catholics at the time, then bonfires were then lit, and thanksgiving was offered by the church, by the Protestant Church of England, because the king had been saved. Yeah, along with the king. The king had been saved, the Catholics had failed, and you have to remember, guys, that back then there was a big divide between Protestant and Catholics, and obviously things were going apeshit. This guy decided to, blow up the House of Parliament to protest, and Colonel, I don't know, Colonel Abrahams, no, gonna see I'm so trapped, and I don't know what to do. Colonel Abrahams, that was the guy with the Smurfs, wasn't he? He wasn't in there, did he? Colonel, Colonel Abraham. Had many sons, Colonel Abraham, not the guy with the Smurfs.
Oh, yeah.
He snitched on Guido Foco. I have to be careful I said that then, guys. But he snitched on Guy Fawkes, and he wrote a letter to you, Rudy. Kingy, Jeff King.
Do you remember?
King Kong. Yeah, I do.
No, do you remember King?
Yeah, King, I do
I
remember King. He said, dear King, be careful, watch your back, bad lad, because on the 4th or 5th of November, these bad Catholic lads, they're going to try and blow up the Houses of Parliament. Yeah, and he put that letter somewhere safe, and then obviously there they all were on the, I think it was the 4th of November actually. They checked it on the 4th, and the 5th of November, boom, that was it. Bonfire night, and they all got arrested. Now, the thing you have to remember about bonfire night, guys, as well, was we were pretty, back then, a lot of things have changed quite drastically now, but back there, they were into hang, drawing and quartering people, which is as bad as it sounds, and all the conspirators were all chopped up, cut into pieces, and the 4 parts of the body spread all over London. Yeah.
Excuse me. So we've got CJ Blogger Jr. who says, hello, sir. Hello, CJ.
Hi, how are you? Now, are you going to say that you're from the Philippines? Or
Yeah, probably.
nay?
Yeah.
Is that right? No, just turn to the House of Parliament again then. So we're talking about the House of Parliament, weren't we? Because it seems quite ironic, isn't it ironic, don't you think? along a smaller set. Don't you think it's quite ironic that we should be speaking last week about Parliament and obviously the fact that we've had so many Prime Ministers. We've had more Prime Ministers in 3 weeks than we've had in 10 years. But anyway, we were talking about our friend Bojo and saying that Bojo is now no longer with us. He's not dead. He's no longer in power. But then we have this silly woman called Sue Twist or something Twist. I can't remember her name actually. Olivia Twist. Elizabeth Twist. Hey, let's twist again. She didn't. She bust. But anyway, that was it. Self-combusted. Off she went because she'd been silly. A silly Billy. Silly Lizzie Billy. But she's gone now. And then obviously we've got old Naka Turaye now, haven't we? Old Sunak. Who's doing his best and he's arguing in Parliament. He is having a good go, and we'll just see if he's still there by Christmas. Odds are, I don't know, but I think he will be there for Christmas. You know, and it's starting to look a lot like Christmas everywhere we go, because the lights are on. You know, the lights are starting to be on, and Christmas, as you know, guys, that have watched us for ages and ages now, Christmas is one of my favourite times of year because we love Christmas and Halloween and other times are available, but Christmas for us is very, very special. We love Christmas. We love Christmas. And Christmas as well, last year and the year before, we were live in the Philippines in a market singing songs, whether they liked it or not. We were there singing songs.
Just walking around getting the shopping and we're just
getting the shopping. And they're like, oh, there's that bald guy from the big beard that's, quite gothic and quite scary. He's on a big screen there and, singing songs, starting to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere we go, and all you guys in the Philippines could hear me. That's really good. And so obviously it's coming towards Christmas and the build up towards Christmas, because come on guys, Christmas is amazing, isn't it? Not off, right? Christmas is superb. Lots of things happen around Christmas. Christmas in the title, the birth of Christ and everything else that happens around Christmas. Such a wonderful time of year. And this year, more than any other year, this year we've got special friends. It's our first Christmas with our the different people, and it's special friends this Christmas. So we're looking forward to this Christmas. We're looking forward to lots of things this year. And as I say, Christmas is very, very special. So to be breaking up, that's a strange term, isn't it? Breaking up at Christmas means they break up for holiday. I don't know how you break up for holidays, but stop going to school and break up.
Like breaks the chain of going to school.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, it's called breaking up. So they break up for Christmas, and then that's when the fun starts. But anyway, just getting back to what I was saying about the. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. Lest we never forget what happened there. And something about we should never, I see no reason to forget such treason that should never be forgot. That's a kind of like the whole thing. And again, that's what it is tonight, bonfire. Fireworks and Rocket Man. That's not an excuse for you bad lad, to start throwing rockets across into everybody else's back garden.
Exactly.
He's a bad lad, that one, isn't he? That mousey tongue, what's his name? Ting Jong Jung, whatever his name is, throwing fireworks. He'll be at it again, Rocket Man. Adam, sending them across. He sent one to nearly into Japan the other day. He did. Sent over. But anyway, Rocket Man, stop it off. If he was there, Donny would have you now. Donny wouldn't be happy. Donny would be saying, listen, Rocket Man, you can't do this, it's not right. You can't throw rockets about, it's not fair. But Rocket Man would have it. Joe Biden doesn't even know you've done it, does he? See now, he doesn't know.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not knocking the Democrats in any way, shape or form because you're great over there. But your leader at the moment, come on, he's a waxwork doll, isn't he? He's not even here. And I'm sorry, our Texas friends. You might be Biden fans, but nothing against the Democrats. But Joe, oh my God, Joe. For us, we don't even know. Somebody poke him with a stick again, see if he's alive. Just to see. Put a tarantula on his, Naka just sit there and just say, look, see what happens, Joe, because that spider is going to come up and it's going to jump at you, because we don't know whether he's alive or dead. But I think apparently he's alive. But never a dull moment, over in America, because you're going to the polls, aren't you? I said this last time. Was it the 5th or the 6th? Is it, or probably the 7th now, isn't it? I did say last time, the 7th of November. Is that right, Sandy? Are you guys going over there? Are you going to the polls? Are you going to vote on the 7th of November in the US of A? Because your politics, is just it's just crazy, isn't it? So when it kicks off with your lads, but I think, as I understand it, your people are going to the you're going to the votes, aren't you, to find out what happens. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Across in the US of A, born in the USA, and see what happens. See, are you going to change? Is Donny going to come back? Is Mr. Mr. Biden going to live until Christmas? I don't know. Is he still alive?
Sandy said I'm voting next week.
You're voting next week, and can we know? Are you voting for Donny's mob or Joe's mob, or would you rather not say? Because some people are quite,
Yeah.
like when we're doing it on this show, we can't, we're not advocating sticking up for anybody, really.
No.
Unless you Sheffield Wednesday fans, and then obviously we do actually, always draw a line somewhere. But obviously, politics is like that. It's something that's close to your chest, isn't it? It's something that's close to your heart. So if you don't want to tell us, that's fine. But some people are quite, you guys fly around, don't you, with flags out your windows that are either. And what also gets to me with American politics, which is, you just get into this now, Don, aren't you? In this country, if you're red, then you're Labour, and if you're blue, you're Conservative. Now, what really, really confuses me, and still confuses the bejeebies out of me, in the US of A, if you're red, you're a Republican, and if you're blue, then you're a Democrat.
Sandy said, I'm sorry I don't talk politics.
Yeah, you do right. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. And but we try and sit on the fence and just kind of like, we draw people in to kind of like, the conspiracy theories come along, and they talk about things. But, there's a saying over here, in the USA, the UK, and we're just
here in the USA.
Over here in the UK, there's a saying: never talk about politics or religion with your friends. I've already started off already, so I've gone off to a winner already. We've already talked about bonfire night and the Catholics and the Protestants, and we've already talked about politics and alienated half the world. So I don't actually, what do I listen to what people say? But it's very, very strange. But we do say over here, don't mix politics and religion, because if you do, then you've blown it and you lose. That's the way to lose friends. But it's coming to a time of Christmas, as we said before, when people start to think, because a long, long time ago, I say a long time ago, we've always been quite fortunate that we've had some nice things. A few things have happened over the last couple of years. They've changed a little bit, but we've always got this. Even though we like the nice things, we still got a bit of a social conscience. And Sophs and I have always gone around Christmas time into the city centre. I've done a little bit around Christmas, which has been so magical for the homeless around here. And we've always gone into Sheffield city centre, and we've also, like at Christmas time, we've taken some hot drinks in there, or we've taken some bit of food in there, because it's so nice around Christmas time, especially to think about the people that are living on the streets. Because wherever you are, they always say, I was talking about this the other day, you never know, you could always be one sleep away from being homeless. And that is very, very true, because we've all, we've all had good times and we've all seen some dodgy times. But we never quite know just what's around the corner, unless you've got a mirror. Then you can look, but anyway. Or if you're a mind reader like myself, then I kind of can see what's around the corner. But anyway, I do. I'm not joking with it, but I can. But what I'm trying to say is, we kind of like around Christmas time, it's always very, very nice. And we said we're going to do it again this year, because we've had a couple of years with COVID and everything else, dreaded COVID, where things have been not quite the same around Christmas. But this Christmas, we intend to go back onto the just on Christmas. I know it sounds a bit like I'm paying lip service to it, but just around Christmas time to think about those that are in need at Christmas, because they'll be there in their little cardboard boxes, and it ain't nice, is it? It's not nice. It's like reminds me of a song that we did on our YouTube that we're thinking of going back and re-releasing again. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking out the papers in his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and held hand closely by his side. Yesterday's papers telling yesterday's news. But how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. And it really is potent words, I think, especially around Christmas, that obviously the homeless situation, because of everything else that's been happening, then we kind of forget. Lest we forget, in a few months, in a few weeks' time now, in a few days really, we'll be reminded again, Remembrance Sunday, about all the war. We'll not get starting about war and what happened and everything, but we've got Remembrance Sunday because November and December, they're quite reflecting times, aren't they? And which the reason I mention this is because that's what we're all about here at This is Sophia. We're about reflection, whether that be our reflection on the world or whether that be the reflection through the mirror into the paranormal and into the other worlds, the spirit worlds, or whether it be a reflection, self-reflection, which again, around this time of year, we've just put the clocks back, and we've now got more time to reflect. And around this time, we all sit, we reflect, and we reflect on our lives. And this is why, again, we look at people start thinking about Christmas. They start thinking about New Year's resolutions, because again, in the UK, in Scotland, they go off their nuts on Burns Night. They don't seem to give a monkey's dance about Christmas. They get bladder all the time. Old Jockos, they're just, Sturgeon, what have you said? Nicola Sturgeon should be out at Christmas, lagging it up. But anyway, New Year's Eve is their time. Hogmanay, they're all at it. Old Jockos, our Scottish friends, they're all at it. New Year's Eve, they'll be out there bladdered because they love it, don't they? Burns Night, they call it. Burns Night, see, that's a quick link with, what we're talking about. Burns and burning things down and, Catholicism and King James and, November the 5th and bonfire night. But we celebrate Christmas, the birth of Christ. We tend to and at Christmas we celebrate Christmas probably more than New Year. We personally do anyway. But again, New Year in the UK is all about reflection. And as I say, we're coming to that time now where it's pretty dark. And with it being dark, we need the light. And we have the light of Christ, we have the light of Buddha, we have the light of the Islam religions. We have every religion there, whether that's any of the great religions out there, because we're very, very spiritual here, very, very religious, also very, I suppose, more spiritual as well as religious, because whether you're Islamic or Muslim, whether you're a Protestant Catholic, whether you're a Jewish, or whether you're any kind of separatist, whether you're anything that believes in your own God. Your God is with you, whether that's a religious thing or a spiritual thing. And it's all about reflection and reflecting. Whether you're Buddhists, whether you're Sikhs, whatever you are, then obviously we're very much into our meditation therapy and time to think, time to reflect. And the reason I have digressed and I've gone off on a tangent, as I do, on my tangerine dream, as I do several times, I was trying to just mention now that obviously at New Year, I have come back into the room again. Here we go, back into the room. About why I started to say this, because here in the UK, we have what we call New Year's resolutions. And a New Year's resolution is basically, as it says, it's New Year, it's resolution. It's kind of like, I do the tarot cards, similar to that, which is really interesting for us, and what's happening in the future, what's going to happen, because we always look to the future and see what's going to happen, and our reflection into the future. Now, New Year's resolution is all about making resolutions for the new year, to be a better person, to be a stronger person, to be the person that you really want to be. And some people say, yeah, and the New Year's resolution is I'm going to stop drinking. Coffee maybe, I don't know, alcohol, I don't know, smoking. All these Miami vices that we have, that we kind of say, I'm going to stop eating as much, I'm going to stop drinking as much, I'm going to start thinking about myself more, be a little bit more selfish, for the right reasons. And that's where our therapy comes in, especially around this time. Because obviously it's about you being the best version of you that you can possibly be. And it is about being a bit selfish. It's about you reflecting and thinking, yeah, okay, I need to be the best person I can be for myself. I need to be strong, inner strength. I need then to be strong so that I can love and I can look after the people who I need to love and look after. So you need to be very, very selfish, but for selfless reasons. To be the best version and the rejuvenated version of yourself that you can possibly be. Then you can help other people. Because if you're weak, you're not strong enough to help and to love and to care for the people that need you. So that's why you need to take a leaf out of Lyceum Sophia, what we do here, to take some time to meditate, to reflect, take some time for yourself, to be selfish in order to be selfless, so that then you can look after the people that mean so much to you. And that's what happens around New Year, especially here in the UK. Now obviously the Chinese New Year comes at a different time, different New Years, different religions, different spiritualism happen at different times. Different times, whether it's Greek mythology, whether it's been back from Gaia and Mother Nature, or wherever you believe, whether you're religious or whether you're spiritual, there is a brighter, better world out there. Sometimes not of this world, sometimes of the spirit world, sometimes of the Andromedan world, of different nations, of different galaxies. We don't know, but especially around this time, obviously our very, very special friends are very, very, very like us, very much into all this, as we are with our, whether you're a crystal child, whether you're a gothic, whether you're an emo, whatever you are, if you're a little bit different and you think that you might benefit from some of our philosophy, then join us at the House of Elysium. Master of Darkness, as we know. You joined us a long time ago from one of our other platforms, and you stayed with us. We're missing Creepy. I'm a creep, I'm a weird. I'm really worried about Creepy now.
I know.
Creepy now has not been to see us for quite a while. And Creepy's, if you've joined us today from you've not seen us before, we have certain people who do join us all the time. We have conspiracy theorists from across the USA. It's lovely to chat with them. We've got a conspiracy theorist in Canada that we don't know whether they're dead or not. We had a long chat with our conspiracy theorists. We have vegan realist in York, who's a realist and also a vegan, and we've had lots of chats with them. But also we have our friend that we've just been saying about Creepy. Creepy has a background in the armed forces, and he'll not mind me saying that he's had quite a few things go wrong in his life. He's seen quite a few war zones, and he came to us and we joined our chat a long time ago. He's got a wonderful Filipino wife and a wonderful Filipino child now. And the last time we spoke to our friend Creepy was about 5 months ago now.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's now moved over to the UK, in the north of England, the northwest of England. I don't quite know what he's doing now. And so Creepy, if you're there, mate, come and say hi. You were trying to get your wife over, and you were bringing your child over. I hope you're all okay. Your wife and your child, and obviously, and we've not been on for a few months ourselves, but we've made a conscious decision now to get back, as opposed to a subconscious decision. We've decided now to come back on today to just shine the light, hopefully, back into your lives, to help you be the best version of you can possibly be, to just join us and to chat. Unless you're a scout, then you're missing out. Tongue in cheek there. Different things, but anyway, we do digress. We can see now that it's starting to go dusk. Farmers are starting to run around our village and set things on fire, and it's very, very interesting today because it's raining, slightly raining at the moment. It's pretty cold outside. The weather outside is frightful, and we can't afford a trifle. Seems to no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Not literally, mate. We don't want it snowing just yet. But we do want it to snow very, very soon. I'm really starting to look a lot like Christmas. Well, Father Christmas.
I know.
Starting to feel quite a lot like Christmas now. Looking forward to Christmas, and it's. But as I'm saying, bonfire night tonight. We can see now the weirdo at the shop will be doing something. Don't quite know what he'll be doing. Burning his effigies, whatever he does. I don't know. I tell you what it is, Sos. It will be that loony night tonight, won't it?
Oh, for goodness.
Is it that
Yeah, it will be.
Fox thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I've just remembered. They're weird round here, aren't they?
Yeah.
They do a fire dance. It's quite good actually. I say it's weird. If it wasn't for him, it'd be quite good.
Yeah.
Because they do fire dances and that, but it's raining tonight, isn't it? And they run around the village half naked. And it's quite. I know. They carry torches, don't they? It's a bit like. It's very strange. I was forgetting.
Sandy said your background music is so calming.
Oh, thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. Rather than this, this psychopathic ball guy that's, not so calming. I am quite calming when I do my sessions. But obviously I'm in full phonic mode at the moment, chatting to you. And Sandy, if you want to watch any of our reflection videos or helping you to be the best version of you you can possibly be, we've got quite a few relaxing videos out there. But we tend to like, when we do Mikasa and Sukasa that we're doing now, we do more of a chat show at the moment. We invite you along to just chat, because in a crazy sort of way. These are crazy, 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 crazy nights. We get you to just unwind, almost osmotically. And you don't realise, you're just listening to this silly guy chatting away, this, whatever you think. And when you're doing that, you're absorbed in it. And it's our way of helping you to live the present here and now. So if you're either listening to the music, if you're listening to my voice, it's a hypnotic state. And it just gives you time to just relax and just be yourself for a little bit. And that way, you can shut off and you can let yourself rejuvenate while you're just sitting around. But yeah, as I was saying before, it is the night of bonfires, and I can't quite. What do they call it? Something to do with the fox or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a guy comes out with no clothes on and a big pole, and he runs around and looks like a bit of a fox head, and runs around the village. And it's very. I tell you what, it is actually. I mean, joking aside, it is quite good. It is quite good. It's a bit like, I don't know whether you guys have seen Vikings. It's a bit like, when things are going off with Ragnar in Scandinavia. They have worshipped their gods, and it's they have sacrifice there. And it's pretty similar to that.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty similar to that, but obviously they can't kill people today. But, I don't know. So I don't know quite what they're going to do tonight, but it will be quite interesting. And the only reason I know that is because the very first time we saw it, we were sat, weren't we, watching Strictly Come Dancing, which is again tonight. We were watching that, and then all of a sudden, people just started walking around with a fire. And it is a little bit where we live now. It's a little bit like Midsummer Murders. Now that won't mean anything. It'll mean bobbins to you from guys from America. But it's basically where we are. There's a church and a village idiot. That knows who he is. And there's some like little church and a little shop, and about 10 little houses. And in Midsummer Murders, there's always a murder in the village. The policeman comes and solves the crime, and it's either Madman John or Madman Pete, or whatever his name is, from the local thing who's done it. It's a bit like a who's done it kind of thing, isn't it? It's quite interesting to watch, but it's quite real in that village because we've got a church opposite. Halloween was quite interesting because obviously it all happens on Halloween. But yeah, it's this year. I don't know about you guys, but this year has gone pretty fast, and I mean too fast, almost like incredibly fast. 1 minute we were just starting the new year, and in another 8-9 weeks we'll be ending the year. But again, we will be reflecting. We'll be thinking about COVID, because guys, with COVID, we said, myself and my wonderful, wonderful daughter, we were sat thinking about when COVID first started. Now it seems a long, long, long time ago now, isn't it? But it was real for such a long time. And when we actually, a lot of us, I mean, you look at some of our bobbins, videos that we put out right at the beginning, we actually, we were all pooping ourselves, weren't we, at the thought of COVID, because it was a real killer. And we didn't know anything about it, and the world got together and found a kind of inoculation against it, and the world pulled together. And I know, COVID was a strange time, but I do think in lots of ways it pulled a lot of people apart, but it also brought people together in bizarre ways as well. And we actually believe that life would never ever be the same again. And now people are starting to go out and do things again. It's so nice. But I think it's whatever you say, guys. I do think now, whether you believe it's a religious thing or whether you believe it's a spiritual thing, and I'm not even going to go into this, but I have my own views on it. But I do think it was a reminder from some greater power than us to remind us that we don't inherit the earth, and we are chuffing around with it, you know. And I think it was just a quick reminder for us all that things out there are stronger and more powerful than what we can ever imagine. Now, whether that's from the spirit world, whether that's from a religious world, or whether that's from the Andromeda and the galaxies beyond, there is something out there, guys. There's something out there far, far greater and superior to us that works with us and can work us against us. And this is where the channeling comes in, because this is what we do. But I do know, guys, that there's something out there that is much more powerful, much more celestial than what we are. And you know, and I think COVID was a classic example to say one day you're going on your merry way and you're enjoying yourself, and then boom, something came along and said, yeah, it's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, Captain. And just poked up its little head and said, look, guys, if you don't stop messing around, it's almost like, you know, in biblical terms, it's like, you know, the Pharaoh time, you know, with Moses, you know, hey, Balaam, and all that kind of thing, you know. It's like Moses when God, you know, sent the plague of 45,000 locusts and whatever else, you know, I can't remember exactly, but, you know, loads of things happened then. And it was the same kind of thing, where, you know, we're constantly being foretold. And I do think that what a magical story the Christmas story is. And in particular, something that always sticks with us. I don't know whether you know, we're going to go Google this, guys. Yeah, go and Google yourself. But go and have a look at this, guys. But a spaceman came calling. And it went la 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 la. Yeah, a spaceman came calling. Not literally to our, well, it does actually. Radio basis, more than what you know, guys. But anyway, we're tripping away off to the moon. But what I'm trying to say is, a spaceman came calling. It's all about, was it on the night of Christ's birth? The three wise men following the star. Was it a star? Was it a celestial thing from God? Was it from another world, from the Magi? I don't know. But whatever it was a bright light. And this personification on the song there makes us think, was it light years away? Was it from another world, from another galaxy? Was it a spiritual thing? But on that night, on the 24th, that magical night of the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, it could have been all sorts. But we do know there was a big bang. And we do know that Christ was born. Humankind was born. Mankind was born. Something happened on that evening that was magical. And whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, whatever you are, and I'm not going to go into that now, but whatever you believe in, something happened on the 24th, 2022 years ago, that changed our world. You know, whether you believe it was spiritual, whether you believe it's a religious thing, that something definitely happened. The world did stand still for those few moments, for something happened. Now the spaceman did come calling, and the spaceman thought, wow, what's happening with your world? And whether you believe it or not, Christ was born. And all the religions, whatever you believe, something happened on that magical evening, 2022 years ago, nearly 2023. And it's nice to reflect. I mean, whether you think it's magical, whether you think it's spiritual, whether you think it's philosophical, you can debate this amongst yourselves. But something very, very interesting happened that night. And whatever your belief, it changed the world forever. Changed the world forever. And it was that same power, whatever power you believe happened that evening, that night, it was the same power that came along and said, hey guys, this is COVID, call for that. Because COVID was potentially could kill more people than any of our wars have ever killed. And a lot of people say most wars are fought over religion. And so many people, thousands of hundreds of thousands of people that have gone by, have fought wars and died over religion. So religion or spiritualism, whatever you want to call it, is very, very powerful. And is there to be philosophized, is there to be talked about, is there to be questioned. I don't think there's a right and a wrong answer. I think it's also very, very subjective. And this is why if you want to chat to us, if you want to come in and talk to us on another day, not today, because we find that people aren't actually coming into the chat today, but I think we can see from the figures there that people are listening. And if you are listening and you want to just jib in with a few things, then let us know. But if not, let our words just go over you. Let our music just go over you. And reflect. At this time, just before Christmas time, just before Advent, a long, long time before Advent, and all that lies ahead for us. Because this is your time to enjoy, to relax, and stay with us. And next time, maybe join us and bring something. Bring something with you. Bring something old. Bring something new. Bring something borrowed. And bring a blue movie. I don't know. Bring something to the conversation. Because it's been nice to chat to you today. It's been nice to have you part of us. And at the home of Elysium, Sophia. So if you joined us today, I don't know, you could have joined us. You could be sat there in Qatar. You could be joining us with Qatar, with a sore throat, I don't know. You could be joining us from Saudi Arabia, the Bahrain and that area, where the World Cup is coming to you very, very soon. You might have something to say about that. You might be joining us from the Middle East, or from America, which you are, getting ready to vote. That could all change very, very quickly overnight. You might be joining us from here in the UK. You might be friends of selves. You might be people from Europe. All the flashing lights are starting already, aren't they? You can see them through the window, flashing away. The guy, he'll be out of it in a bit, won't he? He'll be out of it. Old postman Pat, jumping about, ging gang goody gotcha. Hey, you bad lad. But anyway, I do digress. But from where I am now, I can see people starting to move around outside, because they're not all dead, apart from the ones in the churchyard. But there again, I'll not even say that, because are they dead really? We don't know, do we?
No.
Another day's conversation, another day's topic for discussion. But yeah, if you're a vegan realist, you might be there. You want to give us a shout. Any of our conspiracy theorists, you want to give us a shout. And of course, our friends that are from America, living in America, you might want to give us a shout next time, because we're back. We're back for good, a bit like Taylor. And we're here to help you to unwind, to help you to make sense of it all, or to make nonsense of it all, because we invite you in to pose the question, what's it all about? Yeah, what is it all about? Tell you what it's all about, guys. It's about you. It's about you being the centre of your own world, being your own strength. And again, rather cliche, but you being the best version of you that you can possibly be. And if you are joining us today, from wherever you've joined us, we've really, really enjoyed you being here with us today. So, do you want to say anything to anybody today?
So thank you for joining us. If you have joined us, whether that was in the chat or not in the chat.
Now, by the way. Very cold.
Oh, that's not good.
Not nice.
If you have joined us, but you've not been in the chat, or you've just been watching us, thank you for doing that. We appreciate that. And thank you for giving us the thumbs up or Tamsax. We appreciate that too.
That's great. So wherever you are, And if you're going out to stay safe tonight on your bonfires, don't worry, everything will be fine. Stay safe, enjoy the bonfires, and enjoy wherever you are, but stay safe. Look after yourself, and remember, as we always say here, today's been a little bit more philosophical, like it used to be, because of the nature of the chat that people we've had in the chat today. But wherever you are, remember, you are unique, and there's only one of you, and you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. So, stay safe. Take care of yourself and look after yourself tonight. If you're here in the UK going to a bonfire, be careful. And if you're wherever you are in the world today, spread a little happiness as you go by. Take care. Have a great, great evening. Until the next time we see you here at the home of Alicia. From myself and from my beautiful daughter Sophie. Take care. See you really soon. And a massive, massive namaste.